In 2011, Derrick Rose became the youngest player to ever win the NBA MVP award, following a season that saw him become the third player since 1973 to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a season, while leading the Chicago Bulls to their first 60-plus win season since 1998. At just 22 years old, Rose seemed poised to have a Hall of Fame career, potentially bringing the Bulls back to somewhere near their 90s heyday in the process. However, as most fans know, Rose would tear his ACL in the 2012 playoffs after being hampered by injuries all season. He would eventually have to sit out the entire next season due to the injury and then tear his meniscus during the 2013-14 season. All of this stings even more when you remember that the Bulls dedicated 30% of their salary cap to the young superstar. Without him being a consistent presence, they were still able to make pushes into the playoffs because of guys like Joakim Noah, Carlos Boozer, and Luol Deng, but they were always missing that marquee player to take them over the top. Rose would eventually get relatively healthy in 2015, playing 2 more seasons for Chicago before heading to New York. Of course, with all of his injury woes, he was never quite the same player, but he has been able to stick around as a role player on several teams over his 15-year and counting career. That said, the promise he showed early was unfortunately never realized due to all of the injuries that plagued his 20s. Today, we're going to roll back the clock and make a very important rule change to the NBA for Mr. Rose. In this save, injuries aren't allowed, giving the Bulls a chance to really see what Rose can do. Okay, we are here with the 2011-12 Chicago Bulls, or at least relatively close to it. Derrick Rose coming off, I believe, an MVP year if memory serves. You're going to notice in the top corner it says it's 2022. Just don't pay attention to that. This league I set up is a little, I did it wrong, but I'm not going to do it again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into here, go over to injuries, and turn those off. Now, if you remember from the last time we did this, we did it with Brandon Roy and the Portland Trail Blazers. And what happened is because no one got injured, even though, the Blazers did fine. It was because everyone else was also healthy. They also stayed, progressing pretty consistently. And I noticed that a lot of players didn't progress as fast as you maybe would think. So we'll see if that happens again here. But for now, I'm just going to join you at the end of the season. Oh, mama. Okay, it was unsurprising, of course, that LeBron won an MVP. He does that a lot in this era of basketball. Although this was this was coming off of Rose's MVP season, so maybe he had a chance. Now he didn't tear his ACL, but LeBron puts up a triple-double several years before Russell Westbrook can do it and picks up his next MVP. What is that? I think this would be 4 if this was 2011. I could be wrong on that. I'm probably wrong, but just a nasty, nasty season for Mr. James. Rookie of the Year goes to John Wall. Sixth man goes to Manu Ginobili. LeBron gets Defensive Player of the Year for those 2 steals, almost 2 blocks a game from the small forward position. Al Horford is most improved, which he's always been good, so that's a bit weird to me. Eric Spoelstra, Coach of the Year, and Justin Taylor. Oh, actually, that's a different executive, so that might be for the Thunder or somebody. We'll go ahead and see who makes the play. Oh, forgot to do these. Okay, so first team, we got Derrick Rose up there, so that makes sense. He's still doing well. Tyreek Evans from the Sacramento Kings, which is a team I am controlling, up here in the second team. I like to see Amari up here. He's another player I could probably do this with where he doesn't get injured. Maybe this turn to that save, but him not getting injured would also be a big deal. How much is his contract? Yeah, that's a big contract. Okay. By big contract, I was referring to Amari having a $110 million compared to the 84 that Derrick Rose is on. Okay, third team, we got Russ, we got KD, CP3, Dirk, and Timmy. No surprise names there. Same here. Love seeing my man Jay Smoove up on here on first team all defense. I've always been a big Josh Smith fan. He's one of my favorite players of all time. And then, Joakim Noah. So the Bulls, when I gave them control of themselves, have traded Noah. We'll have to check and see who they traded him for. But that is very interesting to see what happened there. Okay. Look at Al-Farouq Aminu. He actually popped up in a recent save we did. I believe it was a CP3 trade as a player who became most improved, 6th man of the year a couple years in a row, I think. So good to see him all rookie. A lot of these plays make sense. And that's it. So we'll move on to the playoffs. So let's see. The Bulls are the 3rd seed. I'm going to go here and look at the team. What did they do? So they traded maybe for Hito. So they traded maybe not the best trade I've ever seen, trading Joakim Noah for Hito Turkoglu. Maybe there are some other pieces. They do have Taj Gibson coming along. But yeah, maybe a bit of a weird one for them. Also, is this John? Yeah, is that John Lucas and Keith Bogans? Who? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different guy. There's a Bogans that went to Oklahoma State or got signed for Oklahoma State and then did not actually play there. But it might not be Keith. It might be a different Bogans. Anyways, enough about my old Oklahoma State trivia. This team is looking pretty solid. Let's go ahead and look at some stats, and then we'll move on and see how. I always do this every single time. Let's look at some stats, and then we will see how. Other way, please. We will see how these playoffs work out. Okay, so the Bulls. Oh my Lord, 28, 6-8. A great season from Derrick Rose. They got Boozer also doing well. Luol Deng averaging almost 16 points a game. Taj almost up at a double-double, so that makes sense for why they would maybe be getting rid of Joakim. Brad Miller is, 34 years old, 8-6, not too terrible. Yeah, nothing too surprising here. I guess I am a little surprised that CJ Watson played in every single game, but Bogans only played in 9, so maybe they traded for him. John Luke's getting no playing time. What the heck? Come on, y'all. Okay, let's look at these playoffs. So, not surprising, Miami, of course, just absolutely disgusting, pretty much across the board. I mean, they're missing, is he hurt? They're missing Haslam. I guess he's only 71 at this point. Oh my gosh, Big Iggy came back to play with LeBron. They got Jerry Stackhouse too. Holy smokes. But yeah, so that team's not too surprising. This is obviously going to be Dwight's team. The other big contenders here, of course, is San Antonio. Always a contender at this point, especially when they still have a good Tim Duncan. They have Manu and Tony Parker, Richard Jefferson. Very good. Matt Boner, of course. The Thunder, always a threat at this point. Still have Harden, Jeff Green, Nenad Krishtik. That's a name from... it's quite the throwback for me. The Darko somehow has ended up here. Laser. Byron Mullins, everyone's favorite. Yeah, but this team always good. And then, of course, the Lakers with Kobe and Powell, always a threat. But we're going to go through the first... Wait, was that the time? Yes, it was Andre Miller. Professor Andre Miller. Okay, we're going to sim to this first round. Will the Bulls make it out? They do relatively easily against the Celtics, who do the Celtics have? Oh, this is still the Big Three era. Although I say Big Three, Rondo is the highest rated, so maybe it's the Big Rondo era. Not the Big Baby era, unfortunately. He's being upstaged by Jermaine O'Neal. Oh, Kendrick hasn't gone to the Thunder. There's Tyrus Thomas, one of my all-time favorite career mode players back in, I don't know, 2009 maybe. All right, so let's see how this goes. Interestingly, the only series where there's an upset was both the 5th seeds with Portland, who has what? Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge, an old save we did before. And they are not injured, so maybe that's why. But Portland gets over Oklahoma City, and Atlanta, which is going to be like Horford, Josh Smith, yeah. They and Joe Johnson getting over the Bucks. Who does Milwaukee have? Oh my, okay, makes sense how they got over the Bucks, because that's a bad team. Ooh, Luke, how do you say it? Mabuti, I almost said Luke Mbamute. That's another name, another guy that I was in love with in career modes back in the day. Okay, let's sim through this next round. We'll go a little quicker here. Oh, the Bulls are out. They go down to the Magic. Makes a little bit of sense when you look at the two teams, because if you check, obviously Dwight Howard here, and then over here, Brad Miller. So quite the contrast in player skill there, and just Derrick Rose not able to muster enough offense to get over this team, the Magic, this team. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and sim through the rest of the playoffs now that we're out. Also, note the Portland Trail Blazers are also out, so the injured teams all joining together, even though they can't be injured. Dirk Nowitzki wins the MVP, which means the... Oh, wait, what? No, what? Hold on. Okay. I don't know why I did that. That was weird. Okay. Dirk Nowitzki's Magic win the championship. Dirk, I'm assuming, is the MVP. They win 4-2 over the Heat. This was 2011, so this would have been the first year of the Big Three over in Miami. So this is what actually happened in real life. I believe, I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure. Anyways, we're going to go to the next season and see if the Bulls make any other changes besides getting rid of Joakim Noah for whatever reason. So I'll see you then. Okay, so it looks like the Bulls have added Jamal Crawford, and that may be it. Is that no? Not Joel. Whoa, this is like Bizarro Steve Kerr. What the heck? Austin Rivers is now on the team, though. That's an interesting addition. Scalabrine still here. John Lucas III still here. Yeah, so team's not looking too different. I will say, of course, that the big thing is D Rose is now up to a 96. So he's going to be increasingly great. Outside of that, not any big changes. They don't have very much size. It would be nice for them to go out and get some of that. But we'll just have to see how they do in this next season. So I will see you at the end of this season. All right, make it back-to-back for the King. LeBron picks up another MVP. This is kind of, that was always the thing people said in real life, was that LeBron deserved a couple of MVPs he didn't get. And this, I guess, is his revenge tour on the league.
Stupid idiots.
Damian Lillard picking up Rookie of the Year for the Rockets. Manu gets sixth man, not too surprising. Dwight gets they're like using the same pose on all three of these. Dwight gets Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved is Goran. Coach of the Year is Spoelstra. Andrew Tatum, which I guess he's the executive for the Heat, picks up Executive of the Year. So let's see how the playoffs... Oh, I keep forgetting. Of course, you got to go through this. Kevin Love, first team All-NBA. Now, you'll notice, because they're not hurt, they're just all progressing, which is good, I guess. Should be interesting how this goes. Rajon Rondo, 92 overall. Chris Paul, 97. This is getting a little wild. Brooke Lopez somehow up here at 83. And amazingly, Kevin Durant not on the list. He may have gotten hurt, who knows. But Jay Smooth does make it. Monta Ellis is up there, okay. All defensive team, usual suspects there. Only real surprise, I guess, is maybe Paul Millsap. And all rookie, yeah, pretty much what you would expect from this class, except for Dusty James. We got Ben Steele. Oh my gosh, Joel Kerr is here. Holy smokes, he's doing well, I guess. He's probably the only player we have at center for the Bulls, so maybe that's why he's doing well. But anyways, let's get to the playoffs, and we can see that the Bulls are the 5th seed, so got worse, actually. Meanwhile, Portland is the 3 seed. OKC, even though Kevin Durant not even making any of the All-NBA teams, the OKC Thunder are up to a 1 seed. San Antonio down here as a 7 seed, which is a bit surprising. Did they trade anybody? No. Actually, I mean, they look like, well, I guess Richard Jefferson's aging, so that might be part of it. Matt Boner's still there. They got Rasheed Wallace. Come on, this team could be great. I will say one thing I'm noticing here is you look at their jerseys, and obviously these are the modern jerseys with the Bill Russell patch and the sponsors. I really wish. Look, there are a lot of things this game needs to fix. Okay, but if it were just up to me, if you're just listening to me, 2K, the fix that we need is to be able to just select literally whatever start date we want. That would be amazing, because then I could do older seasons. That's the big thing, right? I was trying for a minute to do a 1979 Jazz Lakers series, which would have been when the Lakers let Gail Goodrich. I guess actually they let him go earlier, but basically the fallout was they let Gail Goodrich go to the Jazz in 76 or 77. And because of how the league used to work, that meant the Lakers got a bunch of picks, and one of those picks turned into Magic Johnson. So I was trying to do a series where Magic Johnson, they didn't get Gail Goodrich, and so Magic Johnson played with Pete Maravich and see what would happen. But because you can't start a league before 1983, that's almost impossible to do, or at least I have not figured out how to do it. Now, what I have figured out is how to make Derrick Rose average 31 and almost 10, which is just, this is, can you imagine? What a season. What a season. Boozer, also almost with a double-double, and Joel Kerr, I made fun of him, but look at him, 10 and almost 10 and 10. Luol Deng playing great. This is a very good team. Ronnie Brewer starting every game, but not really producing much. I guess, he does have a steal a game. Not too bad, but then he's got guys coming off the bench. Taj Gibson's numbers are a bit down, which is too bad for him. But otherwise, I mean, this team is looking pretty good. Still giving no minutes, not a singular minute to one to John Lucas III, but also Kyle Korver getting 0 minutes. I know he's 31 years old, but like he can shoot. He's better than Osik. He's higher overall. I guess it's just because Osik is a center, but over Austin Rivers, come on, he got to get minutes over Austin Rivers. How is Austin Rivers getting 14 dang minutes a game, and Kyle Korver can't get any? This is wild. All right, let's get to the playoffs. Now the Bulls made it out of the first round last season. Can they do it again this season? Ooh, okay, they just barely do. Now here's the problem: they're in the buzzsaw of the Miami Heat. Their only chance is maybe if somebody gets injured. I mean, this just does not. Look at Travis Outlaw. That is a weird-looking Travis Outlaw. I don't remember Travis Outlaw looking like that. Maybe I'm wrong. There's Mike Miller. What a great guy. He has an exceptional restaurant in the town I currently live in because he came to Memphis to coach the Memphis Tigers. Now, over here, the Trailblazers. They traded Roy, did they? No, he's playing on the bench. Roy got sent to the bench. But the Trailblazers out. Oh, Festus. Every time I see Festus, I got to get happy because these Golden State Warriors have added Steph Curry to their lineup. He always goes there, even if I think when did he get drafted? He might have been there before I didn't, and I wasn't paying attention. But was that Jeremy Lin? Oh my gosh, Jeremy Lin's here too. Okay, but the Golden State and San Antonio got upset, so we got a lot of upsets on this side of the bracket. Memphis was upset. Was that a pretty good team actually? Anthony Davis. Oh my gosh, this Memphis team might be gross in a couple years, guys. And J.R. Smith. Oh boy. But these Lakers are not that great. They have two great players, but otherwise they're not too amazing. Whereas this team is kind of a little bit more even across the board in talent. So that makes sense. Anyways, I'm spending too much time talking. So we're going to go ahead and send to this next round and see if they can beat the Heat. Oh my gosh. I thought they did. I read that wrong. Why did I think they beat the Heat? Okay. The Heat have won. The Heat. Oh, I also didn't point out, I should have done this a while ago. The Mavs didn't even make the playoffs. The defending champs couldn't even get to the playoffs to defend their championship. But the Bulls are out of it. So we'll just have to see who wins these playoffs. I'm assuming it keeps doing this. I don't know why it does that. Good night. The Thunder swept. Okay. Can the Thunder beat the Heat? No. The Heat have beat the Thunder just like it was in real. I think this is also a return to exactly what happened in real life, if memory serves. LeBron almost getting a triple-double in the finals. The Thunder did take him to 7 games, so that's at least good. Okay, we're going to go to the next season. We're going to do the standard 5. Let's see if Chicago can make the changes needed to beat the Heat because they are struggling right now, and so is everyone, apparently, because the Heat just won the championship. So I will see you at the start of the next season. Okay, so the Bulls did go sign somebody to play center. It is J.J. Hickson, who is pretty young still, so not a bad pickup. They don't really have much star power, though, which could turn into a problem as we move forward. They did get rid of my man John Lucas, which is too bad. They still have Andre Miller, that's a very quizzical look on his face there. 36-year-old Andre Miller. Is that Baron Davis? Yeah, 33-year-old Baron Davis. So they have a lot of old people on the squad. We're going to have to see how that works out for them. So I will see you at the end of this season. See if this new iteration, Derrick Rose is up another overall, so maybe. Let's see how they do at the end of this season. Surprise, surprise, LeBron is back again. That's 3 MVPs in a row. I guess when you never get injured and you're the only 99 overall player in the game, you're going to win some MVPs. All right, let's look at the other rewards. Giannis for the Knicks gets rookie. Manu, 6-man again. LeBron, defensive player again. That's his second time. Eric Bledsoe, most improved. Fred Vinson is the coach of the year. And John Murphy. So different teams here. It'll be interesting to see which teams are good now because this is not Eric Spoelstra. But let's go to this. I keep forgetting this. Okay. Kevin Love apparently is just dominating this league right now. He's been first team 2 years in a row. Maybe LeBron should add him instead of Dwayne Wade because I don't see Dwayne Wade's name up here. Okay. Carmelo, Josh Smith, Boogie. That's my Boogie, by the way. I'm controlling the Kings. What about third team? There's KD. There's Mike, or Dwayne Wade. There's Mike Conley. Yeah, so usual suspects. Of course, with no one getting injured, it kind of is going to be like that. That's maybe the issue. Maybe I wish there was a way to just set it to where only, I guess what I could do is any time Derrick Rose picks up an injury, I could just like undo it. Maybe that's something to consider for a future one of these if I do another no more injuries, because this, I mean, I wouldn't say it's boring, but I would say that like, you know who's going to be good every year because it's just the same players. Okay. Did Derrick Rose put up disgusting stats though? That's what we got to see. Is he just obliterating people like he did last year? He put up 30 something points a game. I don't know if that led the league. A down year. Oh no. But a lot of more scoring across the board. So maybe that's a good thing. It'll be interesting to see how they do in the playoffs. Kyle Korver getting some minutes. I don't know why he wasn't before. But, you know, them's the breaks, I guess. And they can't give the professor any minutes, which is very disappointing. All right, can they make it out of the first round? Let's see if the Bulls can do it again. Now, the bad news is if they do, which they did, they're up against Miami again. You can't really blame them, right? Like, if they lose the series to Miami, what are you going to do? This time they beat Miami. So Chicago actually has a legitimate chance. This Philly team, who do they have? They have Drew, AI, Elton Brand, Lou Williams, Thaddeus Young. I mean, not a bad team, but beatable. And then over on this side we have, I mean, these are the same people. Oh, I guess LeBron is not the only 9 overall. Excuse me. KD is also Nerlens Noel. Oh man. Wow. This team is, oh boy. Oh no. This team is very good. This team is very, very good. What about the Lakers? Sorry, I meant to check them. This team is not nearly as good. I don't know how. Like, how did they beat the Grizzlies? Look at this Grizzlies squad, by the way. Disgusting. Are you joking? This team is so good. And they're only going to get better. I mean, for real. For real, this team should... Tony Allen, 67. I don't know about that game. This team should for sure have beaten the Lakers. I am amazed that they were able to beat them. Okay, let's go a little slower here and see if the Bulls can beat the 76ers. So far, they're up 2-0. But Philly pulls one back. They pulled 2 back, so that's tied back up. Chicago takes game 5. Philly takes game 6. So we're at a pivotal game 7 with a matchup against the Lakers looming. Can the Bulls pull it out? They cannot. The Philadelphia 76ers pull it out. It looks like... Ooh. 3 of 20 from shooting, or from 3 is not the best, but I'm a little surprised because, I mean, it wasn't even close. I guess, yeah, it was just the 3-point shooting because they took way more. The Bulls took way more free throws. Anything else like really surprising here? Not really. Out-rebounded pretty poorly, but like had less turnovers, had less fouls. We never led. 76ers led the whole way, which is unfortunate. But yeah, just outplayed by being absolutely garbage at shooting threes, I guess. I mean, that's only... I don't know. I mean, I guess... Yeah. I mean, they shot really well. Yeah, so too bad. All right, let's see. Can the Thunder get their first championship? They sweep the Sixers. Russell has almost 27 points and 17 assists. Jeez, that man was playing his bum off. Okay, the Bulls are progressing. They've gotten further than they've ever gotten before. They have 2 seasons left before we wrap this save up. Will they be able to do it? And really, the real question, I guess, is will they even keep our man? Will they keep Derrick Rose around? Because I'm pretty sure it's getting close to the point where he has a chance to leave if he wants to. But I will see you at the start of next season to see if that does happen. Derrick Rose left. He is gone, and they didn't really sign anybody to make up for it. I mean, this team is pretty bad. So we're gonna go find where Rose went, and I will see you when I've done that. Okay, it didn't take very long to find D Rose. He is here with Blake Griffin. He has made his own Lob City out in LA. Chris Paul, excuse me, wrong player. Derrick Rose has joined the LA Clippers. Now, one issue for the Clippers is that they have two small guards because Brandon Jennings is also playing here, although I guess you could argue that the Clippers did have that in real life because they had Chris Paul and Jamal Crawford. I don't remember how tall Crawford is off the top of my head, but they're paying these guys both $100 million over, not very many years. So I don't know if these are the best contracts, but, we'll see if it works out, I guess. Derrick Rose up to a 98. Very good. He's got Blake Griffin with him now, so we'll see if it can happen. I'll see you at the end of this season. All right, there's a new king in town because Russell Westbrook is now your MVP, 31-12, an excellent season from Russell. Let's check out the other rewards. Let's check out the other awards. We got Nikola Jokic picking up Rookie of the Year for the Pistons. Manu, sixth man. I think that might be 4 years in a row, honestly. LeBron gets another Defensive Player of the Year. Can't pick up, oh my God. I guess at this point, averaging a triple-double is old hat because he's done it again. He cannot pick up MVP this time, though, and instead just gets Defensive Player of the Year. This is just absolutely incredible. What a man. Paul George, Most Improved. Coach of the Year, Zach Guthrie. And his executive is your Executive of the Year. So let's look at the playoffs. Every time. Okay, so Derrick Rose up to first team. He's 99 overall. He's joined LeBron and what's his name? KD. What's his name? Wow, how rude of me. Also, our Sacramento Kings that we're controlling, Boogie Cousins up to first team All-NBA. Kevin Love's still here somehow. Second team. I shouldn't be like slagging Kevin Love so much. He is a very good player. I'm just, surprised he's up here so consistently. Second team, Anthony Davis. Look at that. I'm sure every Memphis fan, I'm sure I speak for every Memphis fan when I say I would love to have Anthony Davis on the team. But it didn't happen, unfortunately. Anybody else from either team? Any of the teams we're paying attention to? Not really. Also, you probably noticed, as we flip through here, there's not a lot of movement in these teams. So I haven't been showing you any surprise, super teams because, it's the teams you would expect, to be honest with you. No big things here. Look, Jabari Parker actually playing well. I wish that would happen in real life. Anything else? Andrew Wiggins goes to Toronto. That's cool for them. Yeah, nothing else. So let's skip to the playoffs and we can see the Clippers. Oh, the Clippers with Derrick Rose are the number 1 seed. So they're just playing D Rose at shooting guard. Interesting. It's an interesting lineup. I don't know if it would work in real life, but it's working here, I guess. Golden State looking pretty tasty at this point. Tyreek Evans and Steph Curry making for quite the combo. Anybody else? Yeah, they got some players. They got Michael Beasley. He has not come alive in this save, but we've seen it happen before. The Grizzlies, of course, looking very good still. They lost. No, Marc Gasol's right there. I'm an idiot. So they're looking pretty good. Mike Conley up to a 90 overall. Ooh-wee. It's a good team. Sacramento, the team I'm controlling, is a 3 seed. Over here, surprisingly, this jumps out right away. The Heat are only the 5 seed, so we might have seen some injuries. Is this still have Dirk? Yeah, Dirk's still playing. He's still going, baby. All right, let's see if we can beat the Mavericks in the first round. It's not a sweep, but we do get out. And, of course, also getting out is the Sacramento Kings. Oh, my. This is the one. I guess this is the one thing that is a big revelation is that James Harden went to go play for the 76ers. But then that 76ers team is gross. They got, oh my gosh, they have so many guards. Look at this. So many guards. Guard City. Jeez Louise. Guard City plus Mo Spades. Okay. But even with those new players, they still lose to the Pistons? Who do the Pistons have? Rodney Stuckey. Oh, they have Jokic. Tayshaun Prince still hanging around. Gerald Green. Okay. It's not a terrible team. Okay. But yeah, so that paves the way a little bit for Miami to have a shot to get out pretty easily. Let's see how this goes. Oh, look at the Grizzlies beating the Golden State. I hope that happens in real life. Although they're not playing each other right now. The Grizzlies are playing the Lakers and Golden State's playing the Kings, funnily enough. Well, let's see if the Clippers can beat the Grizzlies. Okay, just barely. All right. That was tight. That was tight. And, ooh, look at this. Detroit upsets Miami. Miami's big three are not going to get another chance. They've been in the finals, I think, 4 years in a row. Oh, no, this would have been the fourth year. This was, yeah, two. Thunder. Yeah. That's right. Okay, so can the Clippers beat the Thunder? This could be a tough series. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, there we go. All right, Atlanta pretty well going to run through this pretty easily, I think. Actually, oh, look, they picked up a game. Who's this Atlanta team have? Okay, the Atlanta team you'd expect. All right, can we close it out? No. The Thunder are sticking around. Game 6. No, they tied it up. It's going to Game 7, and it's going to be one. But the Thunder have ousted the Clippers. Derrick Rose left, formed a super team. Still could not make it happen against these Thunder, who are, not. It's not surprising they couldn't make it happen because this team is loaded. I mean, they go, 8 deep at 80 overall? No, I should not 8 deep because they have the villain? Oh, Evan Turner is on the team. Wow, I didn't notice that earlier. Okay. But they go 7 deep at 80 overall, plus they have the villain on the team. So they're looking really good. I would love the Hawks to win. This is like the era I was a Hawks fan. And when I say a Hawks fan, I mean a Josh Smith fan. So I'd love to see him win. Let's see if it can happen. It cannot. The Thunder win. Russell Westbrook, 30 and 13, picking up another Finals MVP. Absolutely dominant performance. That's back-to-back championships for the Thunder. We're going to do one last season, so I'll see you at the beginning to see if the Clippers make any big additions. He's back. LeBron did not average a triple-double this year, but he did win MVP, almost averaged another triple-double. That was his third time in his career, which is just astounding. Rookie of the year goes to D'Angelo Russell. Rodney Stuckey picks up 6th Man of the Year. LeBron, another Defensive Player of the Year. I think that's 4 or 5. So 4 or 5 MVPs, 4 or 5 Defensive Player of the Years. You'll take it. Michael Carter-Williams is most improved. So he left the Thunder, joined the Pacers, and upped his game quite a bit, apparently. Coach of the Year, Scott Skiles, and Nathan Mack is your Executive of the Year. Let's look at these teams. Yeah, pretty much exactly what you'd expect, although no KD on the first. Oh, he's on the second team. I was going to say no KD on the first. No KD on the first, second team would have been very surprising. D Rose is up here on the second team. I will say, one thing that is kind of surprising. Earlier I said Kevin Love. Oh my gosh, Chris Paul joined the Timberwolves. Holy smokes! Oh, I didn't check to see if who the Clippers added. I just skipped all that. We'll look at that in a second. But what I was going to say is that we're not seeing Blake Griffin popping up in the All-NBA team, which is something I would have expected over somebody like Kevin Love, I guess. But, oh well, what can you do? All these things pretty much as you'd expect. No surprises that I can see. Yeah, no real surprises. Is that really Zydrunas Ilgauskas Jr.? Is he a real player? I'll have to look that up after this is over. Anyways, let's look. You saw right there that the Clippers are the number 4 seed. I guess we can just look here actually at the team. So Derrick Rose, Brandon Jennings. So this is the same, except that Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan are worse, and they didn't really add anybody new. So no. Oh, Brandon Roy. Wait. Yeah, I guess so. No, this is undrafted, but years. I don't know. It's weird. It might be him. It might not be. Who could say? Yeah. So that should be interesting. This Thunder team. I mean, if they don't win again, I will be very surprised. I mean, look at this. They added Aaron Gordon. They have fake rookies who are just disgusting. Nerlens Noel is actually growing into a decent player. Even with Serge Ibaka not improving like he did in real life, still just absolutely filthy. Can we look at these? So Kobe's still here. This is actually not. Some of these teams are not too bad. Can I look at some of the other teams? What about this team? Oh, actually, not bad either. Let's see. Oh, the Heat. This is what we really need to see: is did the Heat stick together? They did. So they still have all 3 guys plus Robin Lopez, Goran Dragic. I'm sure I said it right one of those times. Udonis Haslem, look at him hanging on. But yeah, so also let's look at this. Here's one we need to look at: is this Memphis team, Minnesota team. Geez, I cannot speak today. Oh yeah, they had a Chris Paul. That was the thing we saw. So, and that rhymed. Anyways, interesting moves being made. This team's still pretty good, although I don't know why they're starting Dylan Johnson over Zebo or Mark Gasol. That's an interesting move, to say the least. Is that my Joey Graham? And by I say, like, I own him. Yeah, Oklahoma State's Joey Graham. Can you imagine if Joey Graham was still playing in 2016 in real life? Woo! That would have been a great day for me and maybe me only. Okay, let's see how these first round go. Can the Clippers make it out against the Golden State Warriors? They do make it out. Unfortunately, that just means they're playing Oklahoma City, who, to be honest with you, if Oklahoma City doesn't win this, I smell collusion. Something's up, because they definitely should win. We're going to go slow because this is a tough series, and I'm assuming this is the last chance for Derrick Rose. Yeah, this is... Derrick Rose is gone. It was a good run. He tried his best, and his best was not good enough. Okay, see who wins these playoffs. They're going to do a stupid thing they do every time. It's the Thunder versus the Heat, and we'll just sim through this. The Thunder win again. Russell Westbrook is your MVP. Okay, so this is what would happen. I mean, probably not really, but this is what happened in this save if no injuries were available in Derrick Rose's career. Now, of course, the caveat, the thing we're learning from doing a couple of these is that maybe we need to change our strategy a little bit. Maybe next time I need to control the team, and anytime I see Derrick Rose or whatever player we're controlling, anytime I see them get an injury, we just go take it off instead of letting the entire league be injury-free, because then this happens and you just have incredible super teams destroying everybody because they don't have to rest their players. Their players never get hurt. There's no point in anything else. So, so we might have to reassess that. But the one thing we have learned, I think this is very conclusive from doing several saves over this particular time period, which is like 2010 to 2016, somewhere in there, is that the Thunder made a mistake in not necessarily letting James Harden go, because as we saw even in this save, he went to Philadelphia. But if they had been able to keep those players together, I mean, Oklahoma City might have had at least one championship, if not 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, because they are just, I mean, you can't fight this kind of talent, man. It's just impossible. They're just too good. And you just got to hope that it doesn't happen to them again, because they're loading up again. Got a lot of draft picks. Got a lot of good players. I mean, they're not going to get Wembanyama or anything, but, they're going to be able to make some runs. And if they can do it and keep the team together, we might see a repeat of this save. But for now, I'm going to log off. Unfortunately, if you're a fan of Derrick Rose, if you're a fan of the Chicago Bulls, listen, that ACL tear didn't really matter in the long run because they still didn't win anything. So I guess you can rest easy knowing that. I don't know, but I'm going to get out of here. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.